Welcome back to the channel, guys. Harvest is over, so we're gonna start some tillage. And unfortunately, we gotta start robbing stuff off the combine. I'm gonna take the Starfire off, and then also the 2630. And I'm gonna actually try to use auto steer for tillage, which I've never used. So even for the combine, we never used auto steer, so it'll be interesting here. Now, to be fully honest, like, auto steer does not matter that much. Like, I don't farm that many acres. The thing it will be kind of nice for is just doing anhydrous on ripped ground, pretty much. Okay, should be set, simple as that. I just really don't want my mom to see my tractor cab all dirty. Then she'll move my bedtime up to 7 o'clock. So I actually bought some weights a while back over the summer for the 8110 and for tillage and hydrous. But, so I didn't have the right bolts. Went and bought the right bolts for the weights, because I needed smaller bolts for the rims, because they go on the outside dual essentially. So there's a 165 pound weight, which is this, and then a 450 pound weight right here. But Spencer needed the skid steer for the weekend. He was working on a landscape project with a friend. So I got nothing to lift those 450 pound weights on the tractor, so we should be fine though without the weight. I think we'll be fine. And on the road we go. So I'm renting this ripper from my neighbor, and I don't think he's used it in like 10 years. So I'm sure the tires are gonna be a little flat here. There's a constant flow on it. I need to figure that out. One of them must have a constant flow. There we go. So that's the disc. That works good. Second one must be the whole unit. Kind of nice on this 8110. You can just turn the dial to adjust the flow, so we'll turn it up a bit to 4. We'll see what this does. Oh, it's probably that valve outside. I wonder if it's this valve. I put 7 out of 10 on it. Maybe I could put more. It seems like it wants to lift. I just want to make sure there's not like a lock on it, you know? Okay, he got it. It was just that little lever down there. I thought that might be a constant flow thing. Probably should have. Yeah, all the tires should be aired up. We're gonna hit the road here. I got a text from my Nutrient that their spreader broke down. Both of them are broke down, and they're 2 years old. The spreaders are 2 years old, so I'm trying to figure this out. I wanted to get it all spread, all the P&K spread before we rip. That way I get deep in the ground. But maybe what I'll do is have them spread in the spring, and then once we cultivate, I'll just work that in the ground. I don't think it's too big a deal for fall versus spring. Maybe spring prices are gonna be a little bit higher, but I think that's my only issue. Change of plans. There's a neighbor that I was talking to, and he has a Bobcat tool cat, so he's gonna drive that over. It's supposed to be able to lift a lot of weight, so we're gonna try and put those weights on. Figured since there's no rush to get tillage done, because I'm trying to wait on P&K as long as possible till they get their spreaders back up and working, might as well try it. But what I want to do is I want to hit the bottom wet spots of that farm. So there's a lot of wet spots that it's going to be kind of rough and stuff if I don't get it on before it rains here, and they're sloppy, they're wet, they're muddy. So I want to hit those and start drying those up here even before they get P&K on.
Ready to
Yeah, 3 and 4 in a bit. Yeah, that's good. Actually, we should do that. Filmed it. So now I can. I think we got it figured out. Is that gonna stay? That little bobcat, that lifts a lot of weight. He lifted the whole pallet, like 1,300 pounds with that thing.
Yep, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. Good. Dad, higher? You think you can higher? You can get yours on? Good.
Now pull ahead, just a touch.
Just come in, yeah.
Get your fingers out of this touch. Oh,
yep.
Okay.
You're on mine. Are you on you?
Let me push these.
We got the weight on. My camera died. Sorry about that. I didn't film the other weight side. It went on smooth, perfect. Only crushed my dad's foot once, so we're good. These weights, I want to get down there, get on the road, and then tighten them up because that's a lot of weight on just 3 bolts. It seems like, but they're probably fine. I'll tell you one thing, we are not gonna be slipping now. There's no way. We're gonna run out of horsepower before we start slipping, in my opinion. Some of this soil on the bottoms, like most of this farm, is like some real heavy soil, like 40, 45 CEC, which that's the cation exchange capacity. Basically that tells you how well it's gonna hold nutrients and kind of gives an idea of how heavy the soil is. Okay, here we go. We're gonna see what this does. I told him to just set everything in the middle. I don't know depth yet. We'll figure it out here. And I'll just drop her down, I guess. Probably put 4-wheel drive on. Okay, that is not deep enough. So you think front disc down further?
I think the back too. Try and break these pods up just a little bit.
Yeah. She's tugging! Holy Toledo! I was going like 4 mile an hour. It seems like I need to lower the disc though. Those weights, holy crap, those helped a ton because I can even see it slipping in the front there. I think we probably need to bring down these discs a little further, seems like. How deep is it? Because that pulled a ton harder. I was spinning a lot. But it does start getting muddy over there. How deep you thinking? That's 12 inches. Jesus. We need to loosen her up. Holy Toledo, we're spinning. It is wet and sloppy back there. Holy crap. I was just spinning the whole time. I was in like, my slip isn't working on the tractor. The slip doesn't work. I'm definitely slipping and it's at 0 still. So I have a 2.5 acre plot that should be a little bit drier. We're gonna try and go and do that because when they spread P&K on that, they're not even gonna be able to go that fast. So it should be fine for them to go across bumpy ground a little bit and for us to kind of get this marked down a little bit. But the problem I have is the tractor tires fill up so much with mud. Even with these brand new tires, like there's just so much mud filling up on them that they just don't get any grip after that, it seems like. Just has so many chunks here. This ground isn't quite as wet as some of the other ground. You can actually get traction. I see why guys like the crumblers though on these, because there's such big chunks here. But I think even if you had the crumblers, like these are so big clay muddy chunks that would have, it's like wet. I don't know if a crumbler would even crumble that. Either me or I'll custom hire an hydrous to go on this. So I'm hoping we can get some rain on this and then it can kind of settle maybe a little more and stuff, and it'll be a little smoother to drive on after. Well, we're gonna head out, and then in a couple of days they're gonna come spread that. The co-op's, their spreader just broke down and I think they got it fixed. So he was like, Monday morning we'll be there to spread it. So we're gonna not be hard on them and rip it before they spread it. That way it's a little easier on them. So, and we can get stuff buried deep in the ground, our P&K. So that's the plan right now. It's the next day now. We got kind of an issue. We got trencher out there. My neighbor's helping me. He's just devoting all of his time. Really nice guy helping me, but his trencher's breaking down with hydraulic issues. So we got water done, but we need to get electric. So I'm gonna try and call a couple rental places. It's gonna rain here like a lot in a day or two. So I wanna get this electrical done here. We're gonna try and call a couple rental places and try to rent a trencher.
We do, yeah.
Okay, would you guys happen to have one on stock that goes 48 inches deep? Okay, thanks, bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, luckily I got Spencer run to grab me a trencher right now so we can get trenching this electrical here before it gets cold and rainy and sloppy. Check the oil. It's good. Oh no, I see a machine in the back corner where they're spreading fertilizer where it's really soft. Hopefully they didn't get it stuck. It's looking like they broke down again. Darn. They're just having issues on issues on issues with these machines, I think. Trying to figure out what they did and what they didn't do. Yeah, so from what I can tell, they got everything over to the left of that machine done, and then they did the end rows already too. I've never run an AB line, so we're gonna figure this out and get it set. So current track, accept, John Deere. Keep in mind, if you guys are watching this stuff, I'm completely new to this stuff. I'm trying to figure this out. And I think on this ripper, it's probably not necessary, but it actually has those front discs actually float, and so there's a float mode. So I'm gonna set the CV on constant and see if that, so we'll set the CV to we'll set the CV to constant and see if those discs, I think those front discs float a little bit, which is supposed to be nicer. You shouldn't break one if you maybe go in a down spot. I don't know. We're gonna try it though. It's steering! It's steering! Oh, that's awesome. We're slipping. I think we're going real deep. It's getting real chunky. I think I'm gonna lighten it up a bit. I mean, look at these, some of these chunks. I think the back blades are supposed to be kind of breaking those up a little more here. I got everything figured out. I'm trying to reduce the clods because it's pretty clumpy out here. It's just, I'm going 5 mile an hour. As I get to 5 mile an hour, I loosen up the depth a little bit. We're probably at 11, 12 inches, somewhere around there. So I can pull it a little faster, but I'm trying trying to figure out how to turn off my gosh dang auto steer at the end of the row. I can hit the steering off button on the display, but that's not working. I put out an Instagram story to see if guys knew. I'm sure guys know. Usually I thought maybe you just crank the wheel hard and unlock it, but it locks up. So right now at 4.5, I'm at 22 RPM. That's probably a little too much. I could probably crank it up to 8. We'll see what happens here. I'm not sure what I don't want to lug it too much though too. Close to 5 mile an hour. Probably don't want to get below 2,000 there. This should help this black, heavy, clay, mucky soil breathe a little better down here. Should help it drain a little more. The best fix will be tile. We're gonna try and get that done this winter. I'm trying to figure out what to do back here. It's a swamp. I need to somehow drain it or wait for it to like freeze and try to rip it. I don't know. I'm kind of creating a muddy mess over there. We're just spinning. I gotta lift the ripper a little bit to help it go. I can definitely tell we're slipping in some spots, but I wish I could see my slip percentage. It's nothing. Maybe I need to like calibrate that or something. It says 0. There they go. They're back up and going. Spencer should be up at the shed with the trencher. And so I'm gonna run up there quick and grab my truck so that way I can run back and forth here. And I hate having people literally do stuff for me while I'm not there. It just, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta get used to it, I guess. Well, Ryan from Nutrien dropped me off. They're the farming of Uber. They're the Uber of farmers. They're Uber farming transport. God, I said that wrong. But anyways, it's kind of nice. Give you a ride to places, but it looks like Spencer's going already here. How's it coming along? How's it coming, Spence?
Found the cable.
Wait, what cable is that? That's telephone.
That's cable. Or telephone, whatever, internet.
So you guys hit that and then you dug underneath it? Or you hit it and then...
we shoveled it, yeah.
Jeez.
You know, he's playing it safe right here.
And then it'll go lower and lower? We got most of this trenched, and then we got to this point right here. We accidentally hit the water line. The water line we just put in, so it's not too big. There wasn't any water running and stuff, so we're gonna fix that real quick, and then she's gonna be good to go here. And then tomorrow we'll lay the electrical line through there. We're gonna hit the road and head back to the tractor. We got about 4 miles to go. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm a complete idiot. I was texting the guy that owned this tractor before, wondering if there's a setting like to engage the steering wheel to turn off. And because I got to the end rows and I yanked on it pretty hard and it wouldn't turn off. And I was like, oh shoot, I gotta yank on it, I gotta put it on neutral. So when I get to the end rows, I've been just turning the steering off for the last couple of passes. Well, you gotta yank on it pretty hard and it turns off. We hit a couple wet spots as we're going. Here I gotta lift up a ton and we start slipping. Yeah. Okay, I think I got it going a lot better. We're going smooth at 5 miles an hour. It's kicking up a lot of dirt in the front. Just the rippers going down 11 inches, probably 12 inches. I know I'm not gonna be able to pull like 16 inches, that's fine. This tractor just doesn't have the guts to do that. We're back for another morning of tillage. And I think I got the disc gripper actually set decent this time. I figured if I could just lift up the shanks a little bit and then not go as deep and go a little faster, those discs will actually do a better job of kind of chopping it up, and it seems to be doing a pretty good job. You can definitely feel the compaction on these end rows. These things pull hard. Okay, we're done with that 23-acre piece right there. The end rows take forever on that. And basically this 110 acres is all in like 5 different fields. So end rows take forever. I guess I didn't really explain what we're trying to do here with disc gripping actually. So the main component for corn on corn is to remove, there's a bunch of carbon in these stalks. And so if you have a lot of carbon and then you try to go corn on corn again, your carbon to nitrogen ratio would be high. I think that's what it would be. So we're basically trying to bury all this carbon and break up all this carbon through here. Second of all, on this bottom ground, the thing well, obviously you want to bury the stalks, but the thing I want to focus on too is getting out, like this is some heavy ground, so let it dry up a bunch more, because if it rains a lot, this stuff stays real soft and stuff. It's good productive ground if you can manage it good. So that's one of the reasons why I want to tile it too. Is also something else I'm considering for a corn on corn situation would be, and I've thought about this a lot, would be like a vertical till combo and then an inline ripper essentially. So like for this farm, for example, so for a corn on corn situation on this farm, yeah, you could vertical till this to break up the stalks, get them buried a little bit. You're not doing as much. So these bottoms, you'd probably still want to come in and inline rip them to drain them and open them up a little more. You're not going to disturb the soil too much, but it would work good because you could use a vertical till on some other farms and stuff like that, because I have most of my other farms are a little more erodible and stuff like that. So you don't want to go crazy deep with an inline ripper. Like for example, through there, that stuff did 280 bushel through there, like, and that was the best producing piece right there. I thought it was going to be the worst producing piece, but the thing is we got a good amount of rain and that stuff drains really well. So I don't really care to open it up or go deep with it at all. Basically, if I had a vertical till, I would just lightly vertical till that stuff for corn on corn, because that's all you really need. You don't need to turn it black or anything like that, because that stuff drains really, really well. So I've been kind of debating that, and then basically you could hit this with a vertical till, and then you come back and hit it with your inline ripper essentially, instead of having a disc ripper. I don't know, it's just thoughts and stuff. It'd work better because then you could use a vertical till on some of my other ground too. I wonder if drinking that stuff would make COVID go away. Yeah. Wear some gloves or something and you can run it.
Then, when I'm done,
Oh God.
if you have COVID before you go in somewhere, so like say you're walking into a door of a restaurant, pull down your mask and go.
Oh God.
That's from Dumb and Dumber, if you didn't know.
Please rewind seconds.
Well, when I woke up, she was looking at me. She told me I've been cheating on her in her dream. Lord, it wasn't a thing I could do or say to change her mind any way. She told me things was gonna change. If I wanted her, I couldn't stay the same. So I stopped going out on Friday nights. I stopped drinking with the boys. Yeah, everything she asked, I left in the past just to try to bring her joy. For the record, it can't be understated. All I've been domesticated.
Well, that's gonna do it for tonight. Probably have like 55, 60 acres left here. And then I got an hour drive back tonight and I'm already dead tired, so we're gonna call it and we're gonna finish it on the weekend. It's gonna rain here tomorrow and then yeah, we'll finish it on the weekend. This 8110, this thing has some nuts. Like, I am impressed. I thought it was gonna struggle and struggle with this, which it does. It slips a lot and stuff, but no, it seems to do just fine on that ripper. I'm surprised. She needs some rest though. We're gonna leave her for the weekend. But anyways, guys, seriously, thanks for watching this one. I really, really do appreciate it. And hey, we'll see you guys in the next one. Sweet dreams.